You know, you would think with Marvel Studios announcing that Blade is coming our way, that would be the logical place to give us a character like Dracula. Apparently, that's not how it goes. So we know, as it was recently confirmed by Kevin Feige, who runs Marvel Studios, by the end of 2020, production on She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, and Moon Knight will be complete. This means more than likely those series are coming in 2021. Now what's interesting is some brand new news, which you guys can find the article linked down below, from a frequent scooper, Daniel, is now stating that Dracula will be coming to the MCU, but not as part of the Blade franchise, which many people would assume, because logically that makes sense, since those two go together like peanut butter and jelly, if that's your thing. Anyway, apparently the main villain, or one of the main villains, for Moon Knight will in fact be Dracula. Now, this can work. I mean, it makes sense in the context of Moon Knight, since he's going to be dealing with things like the werewolves, for example, so this can work as it's another element of, you know, like folklore and mythology that's more recent than ancient. Although I shouldn't really say that, since the Strigoi and the Vukaduluk kind of date them. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, so you get what I'm saying. Like, more recent vampire lore does lend itself towards something like this. And more than likely, they want to establish a giant connection between all of these darker elements of the MCU. So if you bring in Dracula like this, you can sort of tie that into Blade when his inevitable time happens. Now, with a character like Dracula, you're looking to pull certain elements from Marvel Comics that I think lend themselves towards a retelling for a modern audience, considering that these types of characters have largely been retold so many times in recent, Hollywood history that you don't want to follow that, and there's constantly new versions of this. Now, Marvel Studios is always looking to change up elements, so who knows how they're going to establish this or what they do with it. But I do think Moon Knight is a pretty logical place to go with it, and then work your way from there to tie it into everything else. Now, there's also been some rumors that Dracula could be some sort of overarching villain for like a mini phase of sorts, so I guess, only time will tell. But whichever way they use them, I'm pretty sure it'll be, well, let's be real, it can't be worse than Blade 3, like, come on.